Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, TomDog247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby! All right, so we got a good show lined up here tonight because, and believe it or not, it's actually going to be relatively short. In spite of what's been transpiring for the last few days now. So yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that and all the stuff that's going on in social media. So this could get ugly real quick. We don't know. Also, I went to the Perelli World Championship this past weekend, and I'm going to show off some cars and some sites that I saw and everything. Had a good time, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Um, and of course the top five, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're definitely gonna have a lot of fun here tonight, and it's gonna be a crazy show. Gonna be really crazy. But before we even do that, before anything else, let's give our shout outs, our plugs, our sponsors out of the way. We definitely got to get that done out of the woodwork because those are more important. So, big shout out to my good friend, to my good friends over at Gaming Pros and Otherwise, and at Gamer Geeks on Facebook. If you haven't checked it out, they're awesome. We always have a great time, and you'll have a good time too if you join in and have some fun with us. And tell them Tom Dog sent you. You'll have a great time. Also, a big shout out to my good friend Josh, and his Absolute Talk podcast. You can check it out on iTunes and on the Podbean app. You can also check it out on absolutetalk.podbean.com. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about my experience on there because I was a guest on his show last week, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that at the top of the hour. So check it out. His you can check it out on iTunes. It's Absolute Talk by Josh Albert. You can check it out on iTunes and on the Podbean app and absolutetalk.podbean.com. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. There's like try saying all that 5 times fast. But big shout out to him, and keep up the good work. LG. And keep up the good work. You definitely deserve it. Big shout out to my good friend Jen. How's it going? Hope you have a great and wonderful weekend. It's going to be nice this weekend, so I hope you join. Get out there and have a good time. Big shout out to my good friend Marissa and her boyfriend David. Hope they're watching, and big shout outs to them and everything. Hope you're feeling better, Marissa. And if you're not, then some laughter will be your best medicine. So, hope you tune in and check it out. So, big shout outs to them. Let's talk about the plugs. Lord knows I don't need them. Loot Crate. If you have not yet subscribed to Loot Crate, you're missing out on some awesome stuff. I just did an unboxing earlier and came in the mail today, and we had a great time with it. It was for the May Crate, which was role models. But since you won't be able to get that, you can't miss out on the next one, and that is, of course, Colossal. Now, I did post a excuse me. I did post a 10% off discount code on my YouTube channel on the video in the description. So in that video, so you actually have until 9 p.m. tomorrow Pacific Standard Time to subscribe to take advantage of that, because there's a couple of subscription boxes that are going out, and that's Loot Gaming and Marvel Gear. Marvel Gear and Goods and Loot Gaming. So you have until 9 p.m. You have until 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to take advantage of the 10% off, and it's role models. So after that, I'm going to go back and edit that description. So so whatever you do, don't miss out on that, because you'll miss out on some awesome crates. Also, speaking of awesome crates, you got the Funko collection crates. Star Wars Collector Core, Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, Marvel Collector Core, DC Legion of Collectors, and Disney Treasures. Do not want to miss any of those boxes. They are amazing. They are awesome. You'll definitely love them. And of course, it's bi-monthly, so buy now. So that's Funko.com. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your old video games and consoles from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items, spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. If you happen to be in the Connecticut area, there's a couple places in Connecticut. You can check out their locations and list of events that they have going on there on their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Also, this episode is brought to you by Shebeam. Shebeam, home of the Alpaca Blanca Pale Ale. Going on an adventure? Alpaca, the beer. Tropical fruit notes from Azaka hops makes this beer a great one to share with your herd. And it's brewed here in Connecticut, not too far from where I'm at. And you can check them out in the brewing company in Wolcott. And but if you can't happen to be in the Connecticut area, you can check out their website at shebeanbrewing.com. You can also check out their their social media apps on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the Open Bar app. So, on tap app. So, definitely don't want to miss out on that. So, I had a great last weekend, as I mentioned at the beginning on Absolute Talk. We started off the weekend with a guest appearance on Absolute Talk. Had a great time. Had a really, really great time, and I'm happy to announce that you can check out the interview on this Sunday. It's going to be posted this Sunday, and I'm going to share a link and everything like that on my Twitter handle as well as my Facebook page. You can, just to share with everybody and everything. You can also check it out on the iTunes and the Podbeam app, as well as absolutetalk.podbeam.com. So I'm going to be plugging a lot this weekend when it comes to that. So it's going to be a really great It's going to be a really great time, and we had going back to some memorable moments, and having a great time. Just having a really really great time, and just going back to memory lane about my times on cable access, as well as some other stuff that I do around on here. So we have a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, and you'll have a lot of fun listening into it. And that's Absolute Talk with Josh Albert, and you can tune in. You can check out his podcast this Sunday on iTunes, the Podbeam app, or the Podbeam.com. Absolute Talk. So definitely worth checking out. Then on Saturday, I hung out with a few friends of mine and myself. Went to the Perelli World Championship at Lime Rock Park. I talked about it on last week's show, and I had a great time. I had a really great experience. This is my first time doing auto watching the auto racing and everything, and we actually had a lot of fun. And it was, as even though it was hot as hell last week, it was. I mean, I have sunburn. You could probably see it on my forehead. Yeah, I got burned. I got burned. Um, but it was well worth it, and luckily I had some aloe to rub on my scalp. So, but we had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna show off some pictures of the cars, of some of the cars that I saw, and because this was a really great experience, and I had a really really big blast. Um, so so this one, I'm not sure. Now I apologize if I'm not familiar with some of the makes and the models of the vehicles. Um, I do apologize for that, but here's one of them, and that one's really really cool. Um, Expand that up a little bit. That that was really cool. It actually looks like the X80 Proto that's on GTA 5. So that one was pretty cool. I like the vehicle on this one. This one, here's a nice picture of an Audi Sport, um, of an Audi that I took. Very nice. I actually like that one. Very very nice. I'm saving the best for last. So, but yeah, here's one of them. Um, I believe it's a Lamborghini. Yeah, it's a Lamborghini. Um, so that one is really cool. I do apologize for the brightness of that, but it is really cool though. Um, this one, I think I think this one's a Porsche. I don't know, but again, I could be wrong. The paint scheme on this one was really nice. So a nice metallic green, very nice. Here's a nice one. Getting getting the inside of the cockpit. Not sure what model that one is, but that car is very nice. Very nice inside. And some BMWs. This one's very nice. I like this one. Very nicely done. This one. I like this one. This one was really cool. Flying lizard. Very nice. This one was they were gutting this one. Not literally, but they were showing that, you know, the inside of what it, kind of like what it looks like, you know, when you're fixing up the car and everything, tuning it up for the races. So very nicely done. This one I believe is a Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Got a nice Mercedes-Benz in the next shot. Very nicely done. Oh, excuse me. I do like the paint scheme on this. Very nice. And of course, some more, another BMW right here. As a side view of the same one that you just saw. This one's very nice. Another Ferrari. Check that out. Very nice. But, as promised, saving the best for last. And it's this one right here. Most beautiful car I've ever seen in my life. This one. Nice, nice blue color. Very nicely done. It just, you know, this just like screams beauty. And again, I had a wonderful time. You know, the sunburn's actually going away. I've been peeling a lot earlier today, but we actually had a great time. And would I go again? Absolutely, if I could afford it, because the tickets were $95 a piece. How I got across them was that I won them in a contest. But it was well worth it. So yeah, this is the one of the new cars that came out earlier this week, and it's the Rune Cherebic, and and you're looking at a at a cardboard at cardboard add-ons. So I kind of make this car a little bit comical. Everything. So this car is pretty fast for a small vehicle, and I think I might raise the suspension on this. Probably do that when I get to the yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, because something tells me I don't think I'm gonna make it up Mount Chiliad with this. So I mean, this car was too good to pass up. I was gonna throw in the Feltzer, but I changed my mind. But yeah, I had an amazing weekend, and after that we had a bonfire, or lacking in that department because I kind of botched the bonfire. So so it was really cool though. We still had a good time. We had some just having some good times and everything. Some good friends, and it was great. It was really great, and it was worth every moment of it. It really was. The road trip, to Lime Rock Park, and then back with to have some good times, and definitely would love doing that again. It was a great experience, because I'd never been to a racing event like that, and I really was excited about that, and so hold on a second. There we go. There. So, but yeah, we had a great but yeah, as I said, we had a great time and everything. So, would I do it again? In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Just gotta win more tickets. Because Lord knows I ain't gonna, I can't afford tickets like that. It's bad enough, I would probably, just buy one ticket and say, hey, I'm going to this, and I only bought one ticket. But again, I was very lucky to snag them. So it was real good. So what else is happening in the news that that deserves some attention? And I know exactly whom. And her name is Roseanne Barr. Now, a few months ago, I talked about the return of Roseanne and how it was how the first episode back was good. It just didn't live up to the potential because of the talking about, you know, Donald Trump, and without even acknowledging who the ones were they were voting for. And one thing I failed to mention about all this is that, you know, Donald Trump tweeted to her saying how good of a job that she did and everything, and he actually gave her some, you know, gave her praises for a job well done and everything. Not knowing if it, you know, if he was referring to the sitcom character or the actual, you know, the actual person itself that he was commenting on. But then it soon found out who he was on the praises that he was really giving out to, and it was actually the person, Roseanne Barr. And ever since then, because of that, you know, because of that episode and everything was almost so questionable. You know, some eyebrows were raised, of course, and it actually got people talking. You know, can't say that it didn't, because it, you know, it did. It literally did get people talking.
What can the best mechanic in LS do for you?
It's just that, to my way of thinking, that she probably should have just, you know, I mean, that's fine if you know, getting praise from a president is one thing. Being, you know,
if you're driving around Grove Street, you should be just fine.
but
Is that street legal? Ah, who cares?
personally, you know, it was getting to a point where she was, you know, talking more about it, and she probably should have been like, okay, not, you know, I mean, that would have been fine, and then all well and good.
Snow, if
you
you're
know.
into that.
And it just got to a point where it was too much. And I was thinking to myself this, you know, maybe this isn't a bad, you know, maybe this isn't a good idea. And she kept, you know, she kept tweeting and everything, and, you know, not that there was anything wrong with it, but it was the tweets that was getting her into trouble, that made people question about that she could be jeopardizing her show. And I never addressed this on the air, and I probably wished I should have, but I kind of bit my lip and just moved on. But at the same time, still fearing the worst. And this past week, the worst was feared. Howdy! How's it going, Marissa? How you feeling? And she basically just spouting off stuff that just that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Now you can finally get into some mischief. I kid. But I know, I'm sorry. But but it's all about having a good time, though. Good times. I'll just continue with the tomfoolery then. So, so she just kept, hate tweeting and everything like that. Kind of like what Donald Trump does to Hillary Clinton on a daily basis. Or on a weekly basis, sorry. But, she was just getting out to be ridiculous. But then the shit hit the fan. And I mean literally, the shit hit the fan. She tweeted about one of her her latest hate tweet was a doozy, and she basically referenced one of Barack Obama's advisors at the time of his presidency. She referenced a Planet of the Apes, and calling her an ape, and it was really demeaning and offensive, and it was unprofessional, and it was darn right disgusting. And because of this, ABC and their parent company of Disney both sat down and said, effective immediately, the sitcom Roseanne is canceled. And this pissed off, of course, a lot of fans of Roseanne, but it also fans of Roseanne of the Roseanne show there were also some fans of the show were pissed off at her because she said that stupid comment. And because of that, so there was like mixed reactions and everything, and Donnie Trump supporters were getting in on it, saying that, oh, if she can get kicked off, get her show canceled, then they should cancel Bill Maher, for a comment that Bill Maher said about Donald Trump back when Trump was questioning Obama's citizenship. And we all know where that went, and Trump got trumped. Let's put it that way. And it was bad. It was bad. And I guess some old tweets of Roseanne even surfaced too, where she even said, doesn't believe Obama or anything like that, and and supported Trump and everything. And it was bad. It was literally bad. And so she basically caused a cancellation of her show and every cast member's job, returning and new. So I'm glad that she's kicked off. However, I feel sad for the other cast members who lost their jobs, and it was bad. I feel again I feel sorry for the actors who lost their jobs, and you know and I hope you know we'll be able to see them back on television, whether either on their characters or um as somebody else. It was hello, David, and she got what she deserved. She did, and you could call it karma if you want to, because I sure as hell did. You know, but Roseanne Barr just kept opening her mouth and just kept running her mouth, just wouldn't shut the fuck up. She just wouldn't shut up about that. And she just kept going on and on and on. And and so she's been she's been Roseanne has just been ridiculous. And her latest tweet, Roseanne goes, I end by offering everyone involved one more apology and prayers for healing of our divided nation. Tomorrow is Shabbat, and I will continue to pray that everything for everyone goes forward and ends well for all. Signing off Twitter for a while. Love you guys. How about for good? And she goes on some other tweets. And let's see. She said one. Um, let's see. Let's see. Do 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 do. Let's see. There was one I wanted to say. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Can you all help me get more followers here? The more I have, the more my words will have weight. I am a fighter for fairness in all respects of U.S. life. I am tired of being smeared over a stupid mistake, erasing 30 years of activism. So, alright. Let's talk about that, shall we? There is there is a fine line between, nobody can nobody can forgive you for what you said because you brought this on yourself, okay? You did. You brought this on yourself, and the fact that you said that, and then the fact that you also blamed Ambien for your insensitive remarks were is inexcusable because no drug is nothing is responsible, only you and your actions. You chose to pick your spot. You chose to pick your spot. You chose to profile. You chose to profile an Obama advisor. You picked your spot. You picked it. You picked. You chose to call her out. You chose to say that insensitive remark. You chose to piss a lot of people off, which you have done for many, many years. Need I remind? Let's take you back 28 years ago in July of 1990. You remember what you did back then too, which pissed a lot of people off, and it's surprising that your show wasn't canceled even back then. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, let me educate you on what she did. In July, I have it Googled because even I don't remember the date that well. Oops. Okay. On Ju- no. On July 25th, 1990. Let's I want you guys to mark that on your calendar, July 25th of this year, because July 25th, 1990 was when she went on. She was at a baseball game. Let's see what game that was. I'm assuming I believe it was the All-Star game. Oh, it was at a Padres game. And for those who didn't hear it, just remember, just remember, this is your so-called that was your so-called celebrity that that you fans still of her failed to remember. Now, I know that that you know that I can't sing the national anthem that well. I mean, I try, but I wouldn't go public and embarrass myself and the nation by singing the national anthem poorly. And so I want everybody to mark that on their calendar, that 28 years ago was when America was pissed off at Roseanne. July 25th. So, yeah. Well, to push the envelope even further, and believe me, I got more to say, but I'm gonna save that for a future rant. I see. I have the top 5 here of the top 5 things she's going to be doing now that she is no longer on TV. Pretty much banned from ABC altogether. So this is the top 5. Things that Roseanne Barr is going to be doing now that her sitcom got canceled. And why only 5? Well, YouTube isn't giving me that money. So yeah. Yeah. So here we go. At number 5, she's going to get singing lessons. I need to play that video again. Okay. Number 4, she has Donnie Chump's child. Number 3, she becomes a maid at Trump Towers. Number 2, she's going to be serving drinks at Mar-a-Lago. And the number 1 thing that she's going to be doing now that her show is canceled, she's going to be setting up an Ashley Madison account. Oh, by the way, folks, she also once posed nude for Playboy. I just want you all to know that. Perfect timing. Wow, I'm surprised. This vehicle didn't really take that much damage. I'm really surprised on that. Hold on a second. Takes a real pounding. Not bad. So, well, since I pushed the envelope that far and everything, I guess it's time for me to call it a night here. We actually had a lot of fun doing that and talk a lot of shit about Roseanne. And, she got what she deserved, bottom line. And, I'm going to be talking more about it later in a future rant. So, yeah. We will see you all again here next week. And same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel. Just a quick reminder that I will announce when I'm going to be on when the podcast is up for Absolute Talk with Josh Albert. In the meantime, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, the Podbeam app, or at absolutetalk.podbeam.com. So definitely worth checking out, and definitely don't want to miss out on the opportunity and everything. So, we definitely had a great time, and you'll have a great time listening to it, and a lot of fun times and everything. So you don't want to miss out on it. So, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out immediately after I turn off the camera. And also, at the same time, hit that like button. Comment below about what you thought about Roseanne getting canceled, and also ringy dingy that bell. And more importantly, more than anything in the world, because I love you guys, and I know you love me too. And I'll love you even more if you face hug that subscribe button. We'll see you next week. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.